We've seen it all, haven't we? John O'Carroll, Adam Oliani, and then Pierce O'Leary. What about this one?
Okay, guys. Here to home is good, okay? Guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. They have a game match, okay? Good luck. God bless you.
Ireland won the Three Nations, but France win the Six Nations, the Triple Crown, but not the Six Nations for Ireland. 48-46 in Paris. France beat England. What a dramatic climax to the rugby. But the Irish fight fans are celebrating a wonderful night here, and it's not over yet. Fantastic matchup.
He looks wide, he looks stocky, unfazed. Really is up for grabs here. Winner stays on, as I say. Intrigued to see who's going to hold the centre of the ring. We've already seen moments where both have tried to be on the front foot. Who can sustain it? Who could be the boss?
It's obvious what Jazza got to get close and Anthony got to keep him at bay. That would be the obvious thing. But how do you get inside that reach for Jazza Dickens? There's an uppercut waiting for you. So for him, there's two stages to his attack, and you've got to get in, change the angle before he lets the punches go with conviction.
Working hard, keep believing, and you can make special things happen, and these two are testament of that.
I don't think they've had fun throughout their career. I don't think that the perseverance is what's seen them through.
The perseverance, how much they've dedicated their lives to this sport. Body shots from Cacace. Grit and determination mirrored by the guy opposite him, Jazza Dickens, an example for any young pro out there.
Just in the orthodox stance, Cacace.
First sign of that long jab from Cacace, just giving himself more room. The body shots are obviously the tactics to slow Dickens down. Dickens back though with a left hook to the body himself, so interesting early exchanges here.
And that's got a right hand there from Cacace on the type, got a foot on the outside on that occasion.
We've seen him recently, Dickens. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to push forward. We're seeing that now, starting to just sort of dictate, if you like, from the centre of the ring. Oh, lovely right hand.
I'm not sure if the feet got tangled up there or he genuinely stumbled Cacace there. There was a lovely short right hook there from Jazza Dickens.
Have a look at Cole Frampton's scorecard here. I have it the same there. I have Dickens winning that second round.
Yep, I think that's about right. It's a close fought contest from the opening bell, as we expected. WBA Super Featherweight Championship on the line. Finally, Jazza Dickens got his hands on it.
So expect him to start changing the levels a little bit, see if he can draw Dickens in that way.
Left hand from Dickens. Cacace poised to try and land another right to the body.
See, when Dickens gets close, I think he should stay there. I mean, he has the footwork to spin around the target either direction. And then he just puts Cacace under a little bit of pressure physically. Because a taller fighter will stand tall, and that's what you want him to do. Get really tall on his toes. He's a weaker target. You've got more target to hit yourself.
He's got footwork. Yeah, very good footwork. He's got almost double the professional experience here, Jazza Dickens. Fight number 42, round number 265. Astonishing, really. Cacace coming forward, but gets picked off.
And that's a Cacace now trying to impose his size into this contest. A nice overhand left hook there.
And that's the prime example of just, again, bringing your feet in too close. And we say it all the time for Cacace. Doesn't need to get that close with the long levers he has. Just got to rotate from the waist.
I think that speed as well from Jazza Dickens, who's fought down in weight and sort of is comfortable at super feather. Cacace, how long can he continue grinding his body down at 5'2"? That's a nice shot though, as Dickens went in, but he says, come on then, I'm not worried about that one. In France, it's a good one here. Left hook from Cacace, maybe the best punch of the fight so far, but it's a real fight. Well, intelligent tactics, cat and mouse, different styles, lots of smiling and respect between the pair.
You got to be careful here, Cacace. He's just pushing the punches, but he's just slowed down with the speed of the shots, like he's lacking a little bit of conviction, and that will allow Dickens then to fire off that.
Yeah, a bit more purpose and variation with the shot, isn't there, from Dickens?
See, Cacace, they're not really committing. I know that might be trying to set him up, but I think throughout, especially in the last one, you know, the acceleration, the velocity, because he's so long.
I just think that the fact that he's struggling to get into a rhythm with that lead hand is stopping any real danger coming Dickens' way at the minute.
That's good there from Dickens. He went coming low, didn't he? Swooped in and threw a combination and brought the feet in with the punches.
I think Jazza Dickens is looking really composed here. He's worked so hard to get hold of this WBA title. He's going to do everything he can to defend it. He's also 3 years younger at 34, moving well, body shots. I like what I see here from Jazza Dickens.
It's just a bit more, as I've already said, variation. He's just changing up the direction of the shots. He's moving nicely to either side, moving his head, not getting greedy.
Carl, very honest earlier about your friendship with Anthony Cacace, but of course you have to score it neutrally. How's that going?
Oh, good shot.
I have it level, but Anto's just hurt him. I'll let you take over again, boys.
So good left hook there from Cacace.
Yep. Got through there with a decent shot.
Clever though from Dickens, because he got hurt when it was a temple shot, but he got really close to the target.
A mini breakthrough for Cacace, and there's big shots here in round number 5, and suddenly he might have found an answer here. Cacace with the long arms.
It was happening in my eyes. I think, like you say, Cacace's starting to find his range, and obviously he's very heavy-handed. And if I'm honest, Jazza ain't really doing.
I tell you what, still using that experience there, Dickens, from staying close, staying low, and then trying to fire out over crouch.
For the first time really in the fight, Jazza Dickens. So close to the opening 4, but his boxing, well, the rhythm has gone here, Dickens, because Cacace has broken through.
Yeah, look at the commitment to the attacks now from Cacace. Lovely variation there, doing the right thing. Dickens, who lands a good overhand right, but this is good shot selection and menace from Cacace.
Left eye closing of Jazza Dickens. Bumps and bruises, he's had them all before. Cacace switching, orthodox and southpaw.
Lovely.
The long levers, Barry.
Yeah, lovely uppercut there from Cacace.
He's having a great round here. Best of the fight for Anthony Cacace. However, the scores are level. Maybe Dickens 1 up or something up to this stage. But Cacace has certainly found that he has the power advantage.
Yeah, there was a lovely reverse 1-2 a moment ago. He threw the left there, really stabbing right hand. Look at Jazza Dickens, doing the right thing, crouching, jab down, changing the levels, keeping the hands high, looking for the hooks over the top.
Cacace wasn't known as a big puncher, but what he did to Joe Cordina and what he did to Lee Wood pretty dramatically and quickly just shows you.
But he can punch and he always keeps on his career. It was amazing how he wasn't stopping more people than his record showed. But I think Dickens used all his experience here just to stay in this round, getting close when he can.
The years of knowledge, Jazza Dickens.
Nice work there for Cacace.
And that's what he's got to be doing with that right hand. Keep it straight down the middle.
You know what he's doing, guys? He's bussing it now, Cacace, and he wasn't before. That's the difference.
But keeping it long, then throwing long, I think that's important for him.
Anthony Cacace has lost once a long time ago, but he aims to become a 2-time world champion. He literally rushed out of the red corner.
You're more likely to be able to compose yourself for the next round, rather than try too hard to win it back and then get caught coming forward instead of a silly mistake.
What he's doing better now, Cacace, is he's starting with the straight shots, then finishing with the hooks, as opposed to it being the other way around. He's having a lot more success. Look at the jabs landing now, starting to find a home for that lead hand.
Yeah, Dickens didn't land a jab in the 5th round. needs to get that punch going, work the Cacace body and getting close. But at the moment, the range of Cacace with that long right hand, that's where he wants him. Body shot as well, good from Cacace. Dickens comes back with his own combination. He's looking for Cacace, wants to back him up in the corners, unleash volleys of punches.
He's got to be careful doing that, Cacace, leading with the body shots out of range. Someone like Jazza Dickens, he's so smart, he'll find the openings. You're vulnerable.
Good left hand back from Dickens.
Again, the clearest punch of the round, that.
It was. But where are the combinations? Good jab again from Dickens. He's just trying to steady the ship, isn't he, in this round?
And I think he's done the right thing as well, where he's positioned himself in the ring. You know, it's kind of stopped Cacace from working. It's been more positive front foot movement from Dickens.
For championship, just forging ahead on Carl's unofficial card. 2 up. I think that's about right. Maybe Dickens could have won a couple more of the early rounds. They were close, tight, but definitely Cacace establishing himself, stamping his authority, and Dickens with work to do.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? You just can't take your eyes off of this one. At any moment, you feel one of them could land, which they have done.
It's high-level pugilistic chess, and for the connoisseurs, it's a fascinating one.
And all these fidgety movements from Dickens are the right thing. They have wanted the right thing. And it's stopping Cacace from really pulling the trigger. But he's got to try and make a headway to have some success with his own work off that. And I think just putting that chest over that front knee a little bit more and slipping and sliding that way.
Yeah, keep that right hand tight. Already seen Cacace looking for that left hook. He's got to keep that right hand tucked in. Can't be showing Anto Cacace that chin at all. And that's what he does so well, Jazza Dickens.
It's almost like a sway back and forth, isn't it? But he jumps back into the attack really quick.
Up, down, and then it's the defence afterwards that's impressive. He'll roll or move his feet afterwards. Again, you mentioned the word experience. He shows it in abundance.
Dickens, who turned pro way back in January 2011, notching up the wins early doors in Liverpool and the surrounding northwest, but he's a much-loved traveller who's taken fights all over the globe, bases himself in Dubai these days. He actually flew over. Did you see the shots of that? In the amazing to get out shots and back safely.
He's having a lot of success with his right hand now, Cacace, and he's sort of targeting the chest of Dickens. And what Dickens has done is a couple of times he's dipped into the right hand, so he's sort of hitting the right area, Cacace.
And there's bounce to Cacace as well.
But he's not being distracted by the little movements of Dickens. He's just staying a bit patient, isn't he? So as Dickens gets in the range, then he's throwing. That's why I say Dickens doing those little fidgety movements need to be over the front knee a little bit more. A little more purposeful with those movements.
Yeah, I think Cacace thought Dickens would be awkward, but now might be the other way around. So many good in this modern generation.
Oh, good shot. Well done the gate there from Cacace. Right hand, left hook.
Beginning of the 8th, I'm going to bring in another fabulous lighter-weight fighter, Carl Frampton. You're very near the Cacace corner. What are they thinking?
I think they're telling him the right things. They think they're in front, but they know Jazza's still in this fight. They're asking Anto to keep calm with a jab, and when he falls short, to throw the right hand to the chest.
He's picked his shots a lot easier in the last few rounds. The accuracy's been good. That's the reverse one too they were asking for in the corner. Tricky shot, Barry, to defend when you're a southpaw. When you're leading with your right, finishing with your left.
Good left hook to the body and the head from Jazza Dickens. Cacace shakes his head. He's definitely landed the more eye-catching punches, hasn't he, the Belfast guy?
But what Cacace's doing though, he's punching from further out than he was before. Where before he was trying to get his feet a little bit closer then throw, which makes sense. But now he's throwing from further out, which is not allowing Dickens to throw with him.
Both seem fresh still.
Yeah, plenty left in the tank for sure. Will either though opt for a change in pace? I don't think they will. They're trying to outwit one another, aren't they? Trying to land that cleaner shot as opposed to work off volume.
So he got tangled up there, Cacace. It was his own fault. Because he put that front foot right in the middle of the stance there of Dickens. But no, why would you want to do that for?
Cacace just complains there to the referee. Was that a clash of heads? He didn't like that at all, Cacace. Dickens doesn't care. He says, let's get on with it.
It's been very positive, this, from Dickens. He's having a good round here.
Yeah, marked under both eyes with a nice left hand. And Cacace just having to ship a few punches here, back end of the ninth. Jazza Dickens took full advantage. Two of the oldest, I think, to get their hands on the top prize. Just shows what resilience and dedication can do. They're in tip-top shape as they enter the 10th round. Who's trained that little bit harder? Who's got the tricks late on? One back on Carl's card to Jazza Dickens. It was a good 9th round, particularly the second half of that. Raiding again, Dickens. What are the judges thinking? There's been different sort of scorecards tonight, haven't there? The John O'Carroll, Con Murphy fight was 4-4 and 6. One way that way. What are the three WBA? I think he's had a second win here, Jazza Dickens.
Barrison early in the contest as well. The way he commits to the shot, Jazza Dickens, and it's allowed him, I feel, in periods of this fight to land eye-catching shots. I don't know, they've not troubled Cacace, but really sharp and committed. You're still seeing that now in the 10th round.
Good shot from Dickens. Closer for you?
Yeah, I thought Anto won that round, the last round, pretty convincingly, if I'm being honest. But Jazza's trying to start fast here, as he does in a lot of the rounds. But I still think I have Anto a few rounds up. But a couple of rounds to go. Jazza's still in this fight, and he's still dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, I think those middle rounds probably the difference at the moment. Most at ringside feel Cacace is in a lead. 2 to go. He's got to go for it, really, Jazza Dickens. I thought a couple of rounds ago there was signs, but Cacace comes back with a good combination. And again,
get into a rhythm with the lead hand, which is so important, we know that, to find your target with the rear hand. But look at these guys again. Just look at the hold on there, Cacace.
John O'Carroll and Ryan Garner here. Lee Wood, of course, after his big win over Josh Warrington. It's a crackling division. Other world champions. Here comes Jazza Dickens on his sort of homecoming to the Emerald Isle after so many fights on the road. Jazza Dickens digging in. He believes Dublin's his second city. They put on a high-octane, intelligent chess match. Here comes Dickens. But has he raided enough? Probably not. Anto Cacace for us is the new world champion. Jazza Dickens, I think, knows.
And new WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Anthony the Anti-Town Apache Cacace.